Hey everyone, you know every workplace has its dangers. Some are obvious, but a lot of them aren't. That's what we're here to talk about today, uncovering those common hazards you might face. Because let's be real, knowing what to look for, that's the first and most important step to keeping everyone safe on the job. So I want you to think about this for a second. What are the invisible dangers where you work? I mean, sure, it's easy to spot a wet floor or a frayed wire, right? But what about the risks that aren't so obvious? Those are the ones that can really catch you off guard. Alright, so this chart here, this is basically our roadmap. We're going to break down 8 key categories of hazards you'll find in the workplace. We'll look at what they are and, more importantly, the real-world risks they bring. So let's dive right in. First up, let's tackle our first group, environmental hazards. Now, these are exactly what they sound like. Risks that come from the physical world you're working in. And within that group, we're starting with physical hazards. These are probably the ones that jump to mind first for most people. We're talking about dangers in your surroundings that can cause some serious harm. And here's the kicker, sometimes without you even having to touch a single thing. Think about it. Constant loud noise day in and day out. That can lead to permanent hearing loss. Working in extreme heat or cold, you are looking at burns or heat stroke. And you know, something as simple as a spill on the floor that can cause a slip and fall, which is, believe it or not, one of the biggest causes of workplace injuries out there, no matter what industry you're in. Okay, moving on. We've got chemical hazards. Now, this is a really broad category. Basically, it's any harmful substance you could run into at work. It doesn't matter if it's a solid, a liquid, or even a gas. So, you could be dealing with industrial gases, strong acids, or even just everyday cleaning solvents. The danger here is twofold. Exposure can cause immediate problems like burns or poisoning, but it can also build up over time, leading to serious long-term issues like chronic respiratory problems. All right. Our third environmental risk is what we call biological hazards. You've probably heard the term biohazards, right? Well, that's exactly what these are, threats that come from living things or the stuff they produce. We're talking things like viruses, bacteria, mold growing in a damp corner, or any contact with blood or other bodily fluids. Obviously, this is a huge deal in healthcare, but don't think it stops there. These kinds of exposures can lead to some really serious infections and diseases in a whole bunch of different jobs. Okay, so we've talked about the environment around you. Now let's pivot and talk about the work you're actually doing. This next set of hazards is all about your specific tasks and the equipment you're using day to day. First in this group are ergonomic hazards. This is all about the physical toll the job takes on your body. And it's not about a sudden accident. It's the slow burn. It's the strain from doing the same motion over and over, or from your posture, or even just how your desk is set up. These injuries creep up on you. It's those everyday things, right? Making the same movement again and again, slouching at your desk, lifting something heavy the wrong way. It might not seem like a big deal at the moment, but over time it adds up to chronic muscle strain, serious back pain, and other injuries that can really impact your life, even outside of work. Next up, we have mechanical hazards. This one's pretty straightforward. It's all about the risks from powered equipment. Anytime you're using machinery, tools, really anything with moving parts, you're facing a potential mechanical hazard. And here's the big difference from ergonomic issues. These dangers are usually immediate and they can be really, really severe. We're talking cuts from sharp blades, crushing injuries from heavy machinery, or that awful possibility of getting caught in moving parts. It's exactly why things like machine guards and following procedures to the letter are absolutely crucial. Alright, our next category is a big one. It covers hazards that involve an uncontrolled release of energy. And when this happens, it can be over in a split second with some pretty devastating results. A perfect example of this is electrical hazards. These exist anytime there's a chance a worker could come into contact with a live electrical source. And please remember this isn't just a risk for electricians. This is a potential danger in pretty much every single workplace you can think of. It can be something as simple as an exposed wire or a bad connection. But the result can be a severe electric shock, terrible burns, or even a full-blown fire. You just can't afford to underestimate the power of electricity. And right along those same lines, we have fire and explosion hazards. You can think of this as any situation that could potentially lead to an uncontrolled fire or even worse, a sudden and destructive explosion. We're talking about things like flammable liquids and gases, sure, but also things you might not think of like fine dusts that can actually combust. When this stuff is around, the risk of bad burns, injuries from a blast, and major damage is absolutely real. And that's why it's on everyone to know what's flammable in their own work area. We're on to our final category, and this is one that honestly gets overlooked way too often, but it is so important for creating a truly safe workplace. We're talking about the human factor, the psychological side of our jobs. What this all boils down to is how the work environment itself, the company culture, the day-to-day demands can directly affect your mental well-being and cause real psychological harm or distress. Think about it. If you're dealing with constant stress, if you're totally exhausted, or if morale is just in the tank because of a crazy workload, that takes a real toll. And what's so critical to understand is that these things don't just cause harm on their own. They also make it way more likely for you to make a mistake, which can then lead to one of those other physical accidents we've been talking about. So okay, we can now identify all these different hazards. The big question is, what do you do about it? Well, it really comes down to 3 simple but absolutely vital steps. First, recognize the dangers. Second, report what you find. And third, respond in a way that keeps you and everyone else safe. All right, as we wrap this up, I want you to really think about your own workplace after everything we've just gone through. What's the first hazard you're going to look for when you get back to your job? Because at the end of the day, your awareness, just paying attention, is the absolute key to preventing accidents before they happen.